Last night, not for the first time in his life, Cristiano Ronaldo was trending on social media.
Yeah.
And it's a serious question I'm putting to you this morning. It seems Juventus would be open to Cristiano going at this stage as he goes into the final year of his contract. And it seems that Cristiano might be open to going as well.
Yeah.
There would be no, you would think, conceivable berth for him at PSG. At 36 years of age and 30 million euros a year in wages, is there anybody out there that could make that transfer viable? And again, it begs the question, if City can't get Kane over the line, would Ronaldo represent the perfect stopgap?
Look, I mean, to me, it feels a bit like lazy journalism that every time a player of real significance comes on the market, that he'll be indexed to PSG, Manchester City, or Manchester United or Chelsea because they've got the means to do it. But
they have. That's not lazy journalism.
Well, it isn't so far if there's no truth in the ideal behind it. But Man City,
but you were saying that about Grealish, remember, and 100 million to City, and we said, no, watch this space.
I was saying that the reporting at the time didn't seem to be stacked up by the fact that Man City hadn't made a bid. When they did make a bid, of course, the reporting fell in line. So, of course, eventually, if you throw enough against the wall, some of it will stick. But by the same token,
let you go with that.
If you look at Ronaldo and say, well, Manchester City aren't Harlem Globetrotters. They are, irrespective of whether I like some of the things they do, they buy very serious footballers. They buy very significant footballers. They have a very significant manager, and they don't need just to pick up Ronaldo because he happens to be available. Now, of course, if Juventus don't want him, then Ronaldo's going to want to go himself because you're not going to want to stay when you aren't particularly wanted. Italian football, Inter Milan won't be the only people that are getting squeezed by the finances, so it's not surprising that a lot of the Italian football clubs will probably seek to undo some of the deals they've been doing, hence the reasons why Romelu Lukaku's gone from Inter Milan, and maybe will explain Juventus's lack of interest in Ronaldo, because I think his performances last season were still at the highest level. But going to Man City, well, yeah, you can see anything, can't you? You can see a case for anything because they haven't got to pay a transfer fee, perhaps.
Yeah.
But notwithstanding that, bringing him into a dressing room of players that are in their pomp, I don't think City, and maybe I'm wrong, and maybe someone can pull an example out, I don't think City make signings of players that are on the cusp of being past their sell-by date and still pay them sell-by-date money.
Yeah, but Simon, you'd agree with me, he ain't any old signing, is he?
No, and that's that. Yeah, but there will come a point where there will come a point when these players like Messi and Ronaldo come hobbling in a Zimmer frame, and we accept the fact that they're too old and they ain't what they used to be. Right? Yes. There will come a point when this narrative gets stopped peddling out.
Yeah.
But I just don't see City wanting a 36-year-old. If they wanted a 36-year-old player, they could have kept Aguero. He's not 36, I get you, but he was still fit for purpose. If he was fit for purpose with Barcelona, why wasn't he fit for purpose for Manchester City? Maybe the economics of a deal, maybe the player himself, but by the same token...
Well, Fernandinho's 36.
But he's already in the camp. Yeah. He's already there, and they've had him.
Ronaldo is Ronaldo. I mean, can you really pass up an opportunity if you have the financial clout to do it? And they do.
Where do you play Ronaldo in this side? Because Man City ran up with this idea they've got to have a centre forward.
Play him up front, down the middle.
Yeah, I understand that, but they walked away with the league last year without a centre forward. So where this narrative comes in that they must have a centre forward, it's another string to their bow. If they buy Harry Kane, they pay all the money in the world for Harry Kane. They've got to pay 125 million plus or whatever Daniel wants. They've got a player that's 28 years of age. That's probably got 3 years left in his contract as a top player before he starts to become off the boil at 31, 32 with the injuries he's had in his career. You buy Ronaldo.
Simon, it's a jigsaw, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if they can't get Kane at the moment and you can't get Haaland until next summer,
then you buy no one.
And there's an opportunity to get Cristiano for a year.
Yeah, but you're assuming that there's a great need. If you can't get what you want, the idea that you get somebody in a building just to get somebody in a building, you won the league by a country mile last year without a centre forward. You now go and you bring in Grealish to supplement a particular position that you think is important. And so I'll tell you what, next cab off the rank. Oh, Ronaldo, are you available? Okay, we're Man City. We can do whatever we want.
We'll ain't just any cab off the rank. That's my point.
Well, he used to Juventus because Juventus don't want him.
Yeah, but they can't afford him.
Well, we say
that this is why
they can't afford
this
him.
Could happen.
They can't afford him in terms of they can afford him because he's under contract. So they're not going to go into administration to stop paying Ronaldo. So they'll have to afford him, won't they? They might not want to afford him, and you have to ask yourself the question why? Because winning the league for Juventus or having the opportunity to win the league and be successful in the Champions League, you would think would be better served with Ronaldo. Who are Juventus going to replace? Because, okay, there's a vacancy at Man City for centre forward. If you take Ronaldo out of Juventus, there must be a vacancy at Juventus for centre forward. Why are they prepared to give up their centre forward in exchange for nothing in terms of Man City needing to acquire one?
Maybe because he earns 30 million euros a year.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Thursday morning, 10 till 1. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.